people.
Right. Let's see who's going to finish off to this time then.
Off you go, Dave.
See who we get next. Good afternoon.
That's an afternoon.
You have heard many souls this afternoon talking about your work, not just in this group, but in other groups around you, with the healing for animals and humans, for Mother Earth, which has not been mentioned, but we know you all do and include. But all of the things that you are talking, the soul rescue, is something that has not been done so much in the past, because not many on the earth plane knew it was possible to do it, which is why there are so many millions of souls still tied to the earth. We will not say walking the earth, but tied to the earth by their past, by their conditions of passing, by their conditioning. So, as has been said before, great thanks are said for that. But the other things you talk about, with your healing, with your links with the spiritual realms, not just with your Native American friends, because each of you here have past lives on the Great Plains and other areas in that part of the world. Some of you are also aware of past lives in South America, in Egypt, in Atlantis even, and other great places in the world. But in each of those, the spiritual gifts that each of you practice now were known about then. In my time, we'd had our physicians, we had those who worked with the plants, with the herbs to bring healing, but we had also those priests with us who linked with the ancients, as your Native American friends did. But those ancient sources of energy you have talked about in your other groups, about the pyramids of power within this world that link this world, that network of energy around Mother Earth that you can tap into to gain energy for your work. You link, when you can, with the spiritual energy that comes from above. But there is also the energy that comes from below, the energy of this beautiful world on which you live. And in practice, you may not consciously be aware of it, but in all of your work, when you are working with energy, you're working with the energy of creation that comes from the sun, the physical and the spiritual sun that comes from the earth mother beneath your feet. But also you draw upon that energy and that knowledge of all those who've walked the earth before you. In my time, we were aware of the spiritual realms. We had our rituals, yes, totally different from your day to day, because we believed in the afterlife and we believed in the continuation of life, not in the form that you understand it now, but we did believe in the afterlife. But also in my time, which is many, many thousands of your years ago, we still had slaves, and we had the hierarchy between nations. The great, I was Egyptian, and we believed that we were the superior race. As you have had wars in recent times where others think they are the superior race, and you have potential wars going on now, where you still have those who walk the earth plane thinking they are superior. We know, and you know, that those thoughts of superiority between men and between nations and between religions are worthless. They're not worth the paper they're written on, because all who pass to the spirit world, whatever status you have on the earth plane, you will be another one, the same as all of other souls when you pass to spirit. Yes, there are those on different levels of development. Those on higher levels of development will go to areas of the spiritual realms that are suitable for your level of development. Those less developed will go to less developed areas of the spirit realms. But there is no conflict between realms. There is no one in the lower parts of the spirit realms trying to overrule those above them, because all know their place. All are aware that they are at the right place for themselves at that time. There are no material goods, so there is no jealousy. There is no need for conflict. So all now work together. I, for myself, wasn't aware of everything that you do in this world. So I started to work with this instrument, who works with so many in the spirit realms many years ago, to help with healing. Because at my time, we had great belief in healing, and still do. That is why many of you, among your healing guides, will have Egyptian healers from ancient times, as well as Native Americans or shaman from all around the world who believed in the spiritual ritual. You talked about witchcraft, as you call it, using the occult. That gift is using the same energy that you use, and their role in life was to bring healing. They used the herbs, yes, and flowers and whatever they could use from nature, but a lot of that was just a cover for working spiritually, for which they would have been executed. So you need to look at the underlying things behind these ancient groups that walk the earth plane and have done in the past. But we, all of you, work with all of you to bring energy, to bring light, to bring the golden rays of the sun that bring solar energy. But remember, the spiritual sun is the center of creation. It is the symbol It is the source of life. It is the source of energy. It is also that spiritual sun is the symbol of your heart center. So it is that source of unconditional love that you have spoken about today and others have spoken about. So that great love comes from the spirit world. You talk of God as if God is a single person or object. But God is an energy. It is a love. You have songs and hymns that talk of God being love. And that is true. Because it is that life force of love throughout the universe, for all living things, that we call the Creator, that we call God. We call that higher being. And it is love itself that is that symbol of power, the combined love of all of creation. So as we go forward working with you in your work, your rescue work, your healing, your mediumship, whatever you wish to do, send out that thought, and the right soul will be with you to give you that support, to give you that energy, to give you that instruction when you need it, when you are in your sleep state or when you are meditating. Spirit are always with you, and they will find a way to give you the knowledge that you need. But remember, one step at a time, please. There is much time in creation for you to learn everything you need to learn. You have been told, and you know, that each of us has eternal life, and we have eternal progress. So you have eternity to learn everything that you wish to learn. You do not have to do it all today, this week, this year, or in this incarnation, because you will learn what you need to learn. Each of you here, when you are ready, when you have learnt enough, will achieve mastership or higher. The masters, as you know, work with this group. There are master souls that work with each of you. There are angels that work with each of you. So have trust in yourself. Have faith in yourself. There is no need for lack of confidence, because your guides, your supporters, your angels would never let you down. Anything you want to do spiritually, you all know. Whatever you have tried at any time, you have never ever failed. And that is because those behind the scenes will never ever let you down. They will never let you fail, as long as you are working truly for spirit and not for ego or for personal gain. But your work is very important. It is appreciated by very many. You have been told already that those in the higher realms of the spirit realms look down on this circle and the other circles within this church with great interest and follow your work. All of what you do, all of the progress you make, all of the help that you bring to so many thousands of souls, both on the earth plane and in spirit, is much appreciated by all who work with you. And please remember that confidence and that trust in those who walk with you. It took me many thousands of your years to get to the level of spiritual understanding I now have. But when I left the earth plane, I had no spiritual understanding as you know it. I only knew what I had been taught by our religious leaders at that time. And as you have already discussed, those religious leaders who walk the earth plane in most religions do not understand the spirit world, and they do not understand the true nature of spiritual progression. But I have spoken for long enough today. I wish you all well. I wish you all good luck on your journey. And I and my colleagues with each and every one of you to help you. I am Akhenaten, and I wish you all well.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Take that off, Sophie. Good as that, Sophie.
Yes, all the energy.
Eh?
I could see the face. It's almost like, look,